Beneficiaries living in a government project for the elderly and people with disabilities in Extension 2 in Mackenzieville say their RDP houses fall short of what was promised. At least 15 of the houses, which have been occupied since 2019, do not have electricity or consistent supply of running water. According to residents, the city of Ekurhuleni had made commitments to provide water and electricity, giving them title deeds and maintaining the houses. But years later, nothing has changed. Newzroom Afrika's Zola Sholwana is there for us and joins us live. Zola, it's a story all too familiar when it comes to the issue of RDP houses, but just tell us a little bit about the residents and what the city essentially has promised them.
Well, Veronica, according to what we are being told by residents, when they moved in here, the city had promised that they will have all essential services that they need, and that is reliable water supply and electricity. Many of them occupied these homes in 2019 and others recently occupied them in 2023. And they are mentioning that they actually reached out to the city when they noticed that they don't have, electricity and water supply, and they were promised solar panels. Now it's 2025. Nothing has changed. And now many of these people that live in these units are people that are living with different kinds of disabilities. Let's actually speak to John just to take us through his challenge as someone that is, that is living with blindness. John, thank you very much for your time. Just take us through your daily struggles as someone, that is blind and, basically living with a disability and living in an incomplete house.
It's a tough challenge because, every morning when I wake up, there's no water. I need to go to my sister's house to go and take a bath. And then, the toilet is dirty. I need to wait until in the afternoon for the truck to come to flush the toilet. Now my visitors can't use the toilet because it's out of order, Then the water comes back at night maybe, now and then. So I need to wake up that time of the night to just fill up fresh water in the bucket. For me, at 6 o'clock, the water is all gone. That water in the bucket doesn't last me a whole day. The truck's water is dirty to drink from, And the electricity part, ever since there's no electricity, most of the house owners, they don't even stay here because there's no water in electricity from Tuduza. You see, my neighbor, they broke in, they took all the cables in the ceiling, the taps, everything, you see. And few months ago now in winter, my neighbor with Zola there, he was there, then his house burned, the windows blurred, Then more up in the road, there's another old lady, she died of gas. Yeah. And the other one suffered of the Zola smoke, you see. And
Now, looking at your challenge, right, you're blind, meaning that it would be a challenge for you to use a candle or even a gas stove. Yeah. How are you surviving in terms of if you need to maybe prepare food for yourself because you live alone?
That also, I can't do it here, because Blind SA told me our policy says blind people aren't supposed to use gas, you understand, or any candles. That's why I'm also living with no lights. I don't use lights, nothing, because I can't afford solars. Those things are expensive, and what I get from the government, 2,000 rand, is not enough. That's not money, that also. Yeah. You understand, to get the solars of 30,000 rand, to have a stove on, lights on, kettle, because they told me that we're going to have electricity. I bought me a kettle, a sandwich, a toaster, an iron that's just standing now there. Yeah. You understand?
And you did mention that about last year you tried to go into the municipality to speak about this and find out what is causing the delay in terms of providing you guys with electricity.
Yes, ma'am. As we got the houses, 2023 October, they handed over to us. February, I went to them to ask about the electricity issue. I went to Department of Energy. So then that guy told me, he asked me how many houses. I told him it's 15. And there was supposed to be 20, but they only built 15. That's done where people are in. And he asked me how far are we from electricity. Then I said not far, because on the corner there's a shop there with electricity. So he said, I see it's a small project, because I told him the house next to the shop it's one of our houses without electricity.
Okay.
You see. So he told me I must give them about like 2 to 3 months, but until now, I gave them more than 2 to 3 months. I think a year and 7 months now.
Yeah. Thank you very much, sir, for your time. That is a very concerned resident there, Veronica, raising his frustrations about his current living conditions. And there's many of them here, about 15 people or, occupants of these incomplete houses. And we're saying incomplete because they do not have, electricity and reliable water supply. And many of these people that are living here, they are, they have different conditions. They are living with disability, meaning that they have challenges, right? So they are saying that they've tried to speak to the municipality about this. And of course, we are also reaching out to the city of Ekurhuleni and hoping to get answers as to what's going to happen, because community leaders have been facilitating this process, trying to get the attention of the mayor, and the MMC in the city, just to try and see how they can assist them in the interim, as they were promised solar panels, which we do not see at this particular moment. But we'll speak to the municipality and see and get to hear what are they saying about this matter, because really these people are saying that they wish they were not removed from the informal settlements and the homes that they lived in before they were actually moved here.
And Zola, of course, you can hear just the vulnerability as well of some of those residents that desperately need those amenities, electricity and water, really a right in terms of getting by. That's our reporter, Zola Sholwana there.